Awful aftermath. When I was new to my former company, I was helping supervise an ad shoot with a photographer who had been a long-time contractor for such projects. During one of the breaks, he started making penis jokes to me and asked me sexual questions. I was visibly uncomfortable, but still, he and the other people in the room laughed. At a later break, he started looking me up and down and said how he'd like to photograph me naked. I curtly told him to stop and tried to avoid him for the rest of the day. Later, he put his arm around me and tried to cajole me into being friends. At that point, I shoved him away and shouted at him to not touch me. I reported the incident to my boss, to whose credit, never hired him for a project again. However, some of my teammates who were friends of this contractor started a smear campaign against me. They would talk about how I was such a prude, how I should be grateful that someone was even paying me attention, and how I wasn't even pretty enough to be actually harassed. And yes, some of those teammates were women. To be honest, the harassment was annoying, but I was able to put a stop to it. It was the aftermath of reporting it that made my work situation difficult, and I completely understand why many victims of harassment choose not to report it. People are awful.
What is sexual harassment? Uninvited and unwelcome verbal or physical behavior of a sexual nature, especially by a person in authority toward a subordinate, as an employee or student. As defined by RA number 7877. What are the forms of sexual harassment? Physical, malicious touching, acts of lasciviousness, lewdness, overt sexual advances, gestures with lewd insinuation, verbal, requests or demands for sexual favors, lurid remarks, use of objects, pictures, or graphics, letters or written notes with sexual underpinnings. Republic Act number 7877. Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. Who are covered by this act? Who are punishable by or held liable in this act? What procedures do you follow once harassed? What is sexual harassment for you and how it affects you? What is your message to everyone who experienced sexual harassment?